My name is Stephanie Morton, and I'm from Gilbert, Illinois. I was adopted when I was 6 months. I've lived in the States ever since. I had kids. I have 4 kids. I have 6 grandkids and 1 on the way. I grew up in church. I was good in sports. I was good in school, but I just never fit in with any certain crowds. When I was 13, I got introduced to methamphetamine, and I knew that was it. So me and 2 of my daughters were in prison together, all on for different reasons. But when we all paroled out, I paroled out first, and they weren't able to come live with me because we were all on parole. They went to a mission in Gilbert where they met Rachel, who actually graduated this program a few years ago. And that's how we heard about Strong Tower. I called a couple times, and I don't know, I always had an excuse not to commit. The last couple years have been really hard, super hard in my life. I didn't care anymore about anything, and I was ready for something different, and I just cried out and prayed that if God got me to Strong Tower, that I would try. I met Cliff on the bus, who just graduated last month, and even though he was going through his own thing, he was bold enough to tell me about Strong Tower, and he said that they were just going to love on me, they weren't going to judge me, and if I just stayed till my first fundraiser, if I promised to do that, and I did. For the first time, I could go home and tell my dad that I understand why he never gave up praying for me. So I've got a lot of healing here. Whew, okay. I'm so grateful that even when I've struggled here and wanted to leave, that everybody just knew what to say, and God knew what to give me when I needed it and when I prayed for it and asked for it. I'm so forever grateful for this place, everybody here. I'm thankful that I don't have to leave, I can stay. And that's what makes it great for me, is that I can stay and I don't ever have to go, that this is my home. A year ago, I would have never thought that, because I came for 3 days, maybe 4, make my family happy one more time. In that, I love God today. I seek Him in everything that I do, and I look forward to this next year. I want to thank Pastor, Ms. Kendra, Patricia, Ms. Terry, Ms. Gracie, and Ms. Tanya for everything that they do, for not just me, but for everyone that comes here and for everyone that stays here. I want to thank you for the leadership, that they have been a blessing to my life. Each one in their own special way have touched my life and made an impact. And I just want to thank you, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life here with you guys.
Hi, I'm Arabella Evans. I am 33 and I grew up mainly in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So growing up, I lived in a very dysfunctional family. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2. I had an older sister, who's 2.5 years older than me. When our parents divorced, we became really close. My dad was an alcoholic, and my mom ended up being a full-time mom on her own, raising us. She was a school teacher. I lost my sister. I lost her back in 2018. I started drinking. When I lost my sister, I felt like I lost myself. I turned more to the drinking. I've tried to kill myself just because I didn't want to be here. I wanted to be with her. I found myself getting mixed up in some very bad situations and ending up in human trafficking. I was rescued by another group who got me out of that situation, and through there it was them how I came to know about Strong Tower. From there, I made the phone call. I called and talked to Miss Terry on the phone, and I was here within a few hours. So lessons I've learned at Strong Tower. I've learned that I don't have to want people to love me. There's people that love me just because of who I am. It's okay to be me. It's okay to smile and be happy. I mean, I'm grateful for the second and third and fourth chances I've got here with people never giving up on me. My second week here, I was told I was going to be discharged. but they gave me another chance, and that's meant the world to me. I want to say thank you, of course, to Pastor and Miss Kendra for what you do here. I want to say thank you to Patricia and Gracia for the countless chances that you've given me, never giving up on me, wanting me to succeed here. I want to thank you for Mary for all of our Come to Jesus meetings and just helping me through each and every step here. I want to thank you for all my sisters and just the laughter and fun that we've had.
My name is Hannah Petrie. I am 30 years old and I'm from Jennings, Louisiana. I had a really great childhood. I grew up the oldest of 5. My parents are still married. They've been together for forever. I grew up in church. I went to a Catholic school, basically from pre-K to high school. Okay, so I started experimenting with drugs in high school, just kind of, like on the weekends, just doing a little bit of, not much of anything. After high school, I got married really young, and I had my son Marshall, and I did the mom thing. I was just fully, a mom. But not even that really kept me happy. After a couple years, I was just miserable with myself, I didn't love myself. I wasn't happy. I didn't really know God. And so I got divorced. And then in 2016, the guy that I was dating passed away. And that kind of just sent me spiraling. That just made it so much worse. I couldn't get it together. I couldn't sober up. I became a junkie, really. I lost my family, my son, my pride. I lost everything. My faith in God, mostly. I ended up in jail at the beginning of 2019. I spent Thanksgiving and Christmas there, and that was really my first time ever getting in trouble like that. I heard about Strong Tower from my mom. She had been trying to get me into a long-term program for years, but I wasn't having it. I didn't think that I had a problem like I did. It took me literally losing everything to even want help. And even as we were getting here, I really didn't even want help. It took me months to realize that this was my home. So through Strong Tower, God has restored my life completely. He's restoring my family, my siblings, which weren't even speaking to me before I got here. My son, I'm able to see him now. I never thought that I would have a life like this again. I didn't think that I would ever be happy. I'm really grateful and I'm really blessed. And I would just like to thank God, first of all, for bringing me to Strong Tower. I want to thank Pastor and Miss Kendra, Miss Patricia, and G for never giving up on me. I want to thank my family, most of all my parents, my brothers and sisters, and my son for loving me always, and for always praying for me.
Hi, I'm Gilbert Salceda. I'm from Waco, Texas, and I'm 50 years old. Well, I grew up in Moody, Texas, just the outskirts of Waco, and had a good childhood. My grandmother raised me since I was about 2. She did a good job. And she passed away. I moved to Austin probably when I was about 26. And I stayed in Austin probably till about I was 40. But I did air condition for all them years. And I started drinking a little bit too much. And it cost me my marriage. I got 2 boys. I got a divorce. I moved back home. And I continued to drink too much. And then when I was about 45, I got in a real bad accident at work. And they told me to stop drinking. And I didn't stop. There, my mother called my brother. My brother lives here in Houston. My mother found out about Strong Tower. And I didn't want to come. but I did. I met two guys, Sean and Chris, but they helped me out when I was here. They were always checking up on me. I learned a lot. The main one is I don't care about alcohol no more. I don't need it. I learned a lot about the Lord. When I first got here, I didn't know. I just knew that there was God. And now I know about Him. I know more. I would like to thank one of my good friends, Chris, Sean, Steve, Henry. Man, there's so many of them. Miss P, she's great. I prayed for her all the time when she was sick. Ken's a good friend. Jeremiah's a good friend. Wes, he's like a son to me. I got all them guys in Dorm 5 that are something else, but they're great people. Pastor, he's a great man. One of the best men I ever met in my life. I'm gonna miss this place so much. I'll never forget it. It changed my life.